The following video is about abandoned cemeteries. From time to time, I'll run across forgotten about or abandoned cemeteries that have been left in states of no maintenance, poor maintenance, no one's visited it in years. I don't make these videos to shame anybody. I don't make these videos to finger point anyone or to guilt anyone. There are many reasons why cemeteries become neglected and forgotten about. One reason is a situation that is even true in my own family. Sometimes cemeteries are so isolated there is no road to get to them, so getting maintenance equipment in there is very difficult to do. We have a situation in our own family where that is the case. Other times, cemeteries become forgotten about and neglected because families die out. Sometimes there are just simply no ancestors left, or the ancestors are so far down line that the surviving relatives are unaware that the cemetery exists or where the cemetery even is. So there are a number of reasons why cemeteries can become forgotten about and fall into disrepair. And this video is an example of one cemetery and a second burial location of a husband and wife that we found out about when we were working on the first one. So please keep that in mind. We're not trying to shame anyone or any family. We're just pointing out these cemeteries. They do exist. They are out there, and there's more of them than you might think.
Out here in the wilderness today in the edge of Clay County. Laurel's back that way. That barn off in the distance there, we're parked down the hill near that. The road down in the bottom is called Theo Prophet. If you go to the right, once you cross into Laurel, it's Marydale Road. If you go to the left, you're following basically Little Goose. And John Paul's with me today. He said he knew of a cemetery up here on this hill, and after tromping through the briars and the thicket, we've made it up here to the top, and there's a cemetery up here. Can't remember it. John doesn't remember the name of it. This one has it.
There's a Martin.
A Martin? John, there's every stone up here is turned over practically.
Albert Martin.
That's Albert Martin.
1899.
Well, this is Fred Martin. Big granite stone, 1888, 1958. Knocked off its foundation right there. And here's an obelisk base, and there's the obelisk that's knocked down. And that is Rachel, wife of David Martin, 1860 to 1921. A lot of Martins out in here, you know. There's a Martin Cemetery right there where Theo Prophet meets. What's that road number over there? 687?
Yeah, Little Goose.
Little Goose. But there's a number of graves here. Seem to be Martins. I'd say Martin's probably a good name for this cemetery.
Paul Mitten's grandmother. I think it was Rachel, or what his name was.
Man, these have been all tromped over. That's an infant grave right there. Here's another obelisk off of its perch. S.W. Martin, 1895 to 1917. John Martin,
1884 to 1915.
1984 to 1915. I'd say the majority of the graves are concentrated right where we are, because I don't see too many.
Can you make that one out? You standing up?
Yeah, I did. S.W. Martin. I don't see too many field stones, nor do I see any sunken spots. So I'd say there's just this small little handful of graves right here at on this top. It drops off that way, drops off that way the way we walked up. It drops off suddenly right there, climbs up higher that way. Anyway, here, this base for this S.W. Martin is right there. So, probably at one time there was probably cattle roaming through here. John knocked all these off. Try to find the name of this cemetery and put it in here on this video. So, this one's been forgotten and neglected. Fred, there's Fred's base. Rachel, she had a two-piece base. There's the bottom, there's the middle, and there's the obelisk. Broken stone here, infant stone, broken grave over there, and that went off of its base there. See how it drops off on the edge? I mean, this is literally sitting up on top of a perch. That mighty oak tree there, been there a long time. The land continues to climb that way and drops off in every other direction. Beautiful place for a cemetery. It's just a shame that it's been forgotten. Walking back down, this is the little lane that got us up here, heading back down the hill. Looks like at some point somebody's at least drove a tractor up here. No bush hogging, but the lane is still visible. Road off in the distance, back toward Laurel County. What do you see? Hawks. They're waiting on us to drop dead up here. If there's a tick still living, it'll find us. I'm sure they are. Well, when me and John come back down the hill, we had a fella waiting on us at the foot of the hill, real nice fella. He's told us about another 2 graves up here that he's going to lead us to.
Two old guys come out here years and years ago. This cemetery?
Yeah. Cemetery, you think?
No.
Or old road, just a logging road or something?
Right in here is where the cemetery is.
Oh, let's go over and look at that. I got you. Yeah, it's a utility.
Yeah.
Utility road cut through here.
Yeah.
By the KU. See them graves is in underneath this big oak?
Yeah, it's right in here. It should be. Josh come up here back and what's that portal thing, or it break that on me. Said he found 2 rocks now, but they used to be a house over it.
There's 2 graves in here somewhere underneath this old deadfall big oak tree. Golly, that thing was years old. 250 years old or better. We'll look around here and see if we can find them. John's gone pure honey badger on me here. Said he's found one.
I don't know what the piece is.
It's not it. So we can get over this barbed wire here. That deadfall could have just knocked them plumb over too. So there's supposed to be 2 graves in here. Old field stones from long ago. Man, they have to start taking the chainsaw and cutting it away. I don't see nothing. I think I see one, John. I think I see one. Yeah. Straight back through there. It's right in the middle of this deadfall. Where'd you go, John? Oh, okay. Right there's one of them. Right there in the middle. The stone right there. I see one of them anyway. So we no idea who this man and woman were, but there's one of the graves. We can't see the other one. This deadfall could have broken it, knocked it down, or flattened it further into the ground, but it's probably in here somewhere. Husband and wife buried side by side. I'm gonna back out here and show you kind of where I'm standing. I was standing right there, looking over the top of those, and you see the massive deadfall here from this old oak. Well, we found one of them anyway. No idea who they are. They lived their lives in this country. Resting in peace in this country. Graves right over in there. We came right up through here. Sure is pretty country out here in the edge of Clay County, Clay and Laurel, and Little Goose country.